talk about the internet facts, the main thing is we have a misconception or definitely we will be having a lot of misleadings regarding the owner of the internet. It's actually an organization or it's a group of people, but there is no single authority or single organization that is managing internet actually. So that is the misconception that is already having in mind of a lot of internet enthusiastic or computer science people. Who is the founder? There are founder. The founder is this one particular organization that works for American military, but that is not the exact owner of internet. We can say like that. Somebody created something is called the owner actually, but in case of internet is not valid actually. So they created it for a fundamental concept. Internet is started based on the idea of communicating between military people in the warfield, and that they called this network as ARPANET. But fundamentally, the need of communication emerged. A lot of people joined that network, and a lot of technology changes happened. A lot of services is added on internet, and now internet is having millions of worldwide networks available. But altogether, when you say it's a very complex type of network, internet, actually we can't manage it as a whole. So we can manage as a networks. Different network can be managed and monitored. Like I also already said you like internet of LAN configuration of Amruthaveri campus. Like that single networks can be monitored and organized by the organization itself. But when you connect it to internet, the connection part, that interconnection between one network to another network, is managed by some organization. There are some organization, but altogether we can't say it is the owner of the internet is someone. So actually, different networks belonging to particular internet can be managed by some organization. They belong to that internet, that network itself. And there is no formal management organization. That is already explained. There is no formal. The entire thing is not formally managed. There are management based on the organization. They provide the network connectivity. Like that in our Amruthaveri campus, if there is a LAN, and again we'll be having another campuses. Amruta University is having multiple campus in different places. Bangalore is having a campus. Coimbatore campus is there. Kochi campus is there. These all are interconnected using internet. But the management of different networks, one network is Amruthaveri campus network, is managed by one ICTS people in the Amruthaveri itself. But in case of Cochin campus, that is managed by another set of people. They work for Kochi organization, institution dedicated for there only. So based on the type of management, their management system is different. Their internet is managed by another people, another way they are managing it. So there is a single management principle behind a single institution. They branch over the world. They are managed in different manners. So this is because of the easiness of understanding or management. They are splitting into different networks and managing in the different aspects. So that's why it is called as no one owns it and no formal organization for internet, we can say like that. But single networks, like I already said, for example, Facebook is a service provided by internet social media service. So like that, Facebook also will be having a lot of other social media sites. So mainly we are using Facebook and some other things, Instagram or something like that. So most of those type of services, social media services, they want to create for Facebook access in the back end or the other end of the, when you connect to internet or using Facebook server, the server organization, that Facebook server configuration will be another task of set of people, and they need another set of network. And we are connecting. As myself, I am using my mobile phone or internet connectivity using a laptop, something like that, and connecting to another end of the world. But we are not aware of what is happening in between my computer and the Facebook server room. That server room itself is another computer network, and that is managed by Facebook organization people. But we are not aware of the in-between process, that routing process. We already explained in the last class. There is something called routers or networking devices that will monitor and process the route finding and destination. When you send some package, something into a server, that is passed through a particular media or a path. That is explained in the last class. So as formally, when you say these two networks are managed by two different organizations, two different people or entities. That is the actual thing. So people are worried about what is the structure, what is the configuration, what are the set of people involved in internet. So structure means when you say about a client server structure, this Facebook and all type of things are client server structure or client server architecture. We already explained in the last class. And the owner means there is no single owner for internet, but internet consists of many number of networks. Each network can be owned or managed by different people, the owner of that particular group. Like that, or Facebook people work for Facebook organization, they manage their network. A Google person, they work for Google, they manage their own networks. But all networks connected together, Google network, Facebook network, home network, our home network, our institution networks, worldwide all together network, like it is called as internet, is not managed by a organization. There are set of organizations that monitor the traffic that is given here. These internet access providers or internet service providers. You heard this term before. I think you all are familiar with internet service providers or internet access providers. This is very much heard term or famous term, internet service provider. We already using these services by these terms, these organizations. So examples are already in India. There will be a lot of mobile service providers, the SIM card providers. These are all ISPs. They provide some internet connectivity based on your requirement, based on your prepaid plan or postpaid plan. They will provide you with some internet service for a period of time, for a least period of time, or as a postpaid organization, they will give a 1 year valid license for accessing internet. So you need to pay some amount before purchasing that. So in that manner, there are connection. In order to connect to internet, some organization appointed as the providers. In our case, we'll be having India will be having BSNL, Jio, like that. The all mobile service providers. So SIM card service providers are internet service providers. And more than that, there are another service providers. They only dedicated for internet providing. That are also available, like Asianet Cablevision. We will be having that broadcast, and Kerala Vision. In Kerala, they are giving the internet, broadband internet, and most of you are using. Some of you are using that services. So these are called internet service providers, and they are getting this, and they are buying this license, Idea or Asianet. They are all buying this service from some top authorities, and there are some organizations that providing services to these lower level ISPs, and all these are called as ISPs itself. And we don't want to deeply dive into that. We just give an idea. You just get an idea about who gives internet service. The service is given by internet service provided, and there are some examples like this Jio and Asianet, like that. They are all ISPs available to Kerala and India. And worldwide, there will be a lot of other organizations. And basically, these services are provided by a set of organizations. One is called IATA, Internet Task Force. IATA will be there. IEEE is there. Lot of service providers are there. Basically, they are called as access providers, Internet access providers. This IAP, it is called as IAP. These access providers are giving access to particular lower level ISPs like mobile service providers. or the broadband providers like Asianet, Kerala Vision, etc. Altogether, the IAP or Internet Access Providers is the top level hierarchy. In a hierarchy, they provide access to these kind of lower level hierarchy ISPs. They are called, the examples are Geo and etc. And also we explained in the last class, there are a lot of protocol suites available. In order to start connecting to internet, there will be something called protocols, and these protocols are all together as a set or group. It is collected and named as TCP bar IP process protocol or transmission control protocol or internet protocol. This is the set of protocols or rules and regulation that is available this for using internet access. So basically these are the major things about the major facts about internet. And do you have any doubt? You can ask me regarding internet, any other terms regarding the internet. We are moving into web. Anything you want to know about regarding internet? So with this, we are going to end the introduction to internet, and we are moving to World Wide Web or web development or web, starting an introduction about web. Is that okay? So till now we just yes. Anything you want to know regarding internet and something related to that internet topic? Anything you want to know? You just ask me, or I can go to the next portions. That is World Wide Web. That is our main aim: creating websites and creating configuration. Just a minute, I will come. Okay. Any further doubt regarding internet? Okay. So we can go to World Wide Web. What is it and what is the application areas, or what are the role played by web? So basically that World Wide Web. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as this World Wide Web or web, www, these are all names given to website access. This is nothing but this repository of information available in internet. So internet is providing a lot of services. We already explained about that: social networking, online streaming, and lot of things are available. And one of the services, main service, the major service provided by internet is called World Wide Web. And it is nothing but it is the repository or the resource space, we can say like that also. The huge amount of information is available in internet. Based on our request, if you want anything, you just type your request in your service, your web browser, and just click on search button. It will find out the information from any part of the world if you have an internet connectivity. And that way it is called a service. Without internet, we can't access web. And web is a subset of internet. It's not the actual internet. Web and internet is not same actually. So there is another misleading. Both internet and web are same. That is also there for starting student internet course students. Then they learn internet. What is the main difference between internet and web? They don't know. They feel like these two terms are same, internet and web. That that name we can we can distinguish between that name, web and network. Both are networks. But actually, internet is a network that is used for communication purpose, social networking, online streaming, and various other purposes. But web is only used for searching information. So actually, our course web technology is aiming for creating a particular web page or website, and this website, any particular website is based on a theme or a particular idea. When I create a web page regarding my home page or my personal information, I want to share my information, huge amount of information regarding me, entire information regarding me through that web. I am creating some resources to, I am putting some resources into World Wide Web, and from any other part of the world, any other person, when he searches for my information, he can available entire information about me. That's the scope. That's the scope of World Wide Web. What is the need of creating a web page? What is the main theme of creating some resources into World Wide Web? That is globally because of with the internet, anyone from any part of the world can access my website. So website is nothing but it is also we are providing availability. My details or my information put together and in a particular area. Okay, and I am providing access to entire person. They're using internet. So when you put your information into internet, there is nobody is not getting any information regarding you. If you are providing access to everyone, somebody will provide access to a limited pairs of people using their login and password. But most of the times when you create a website, that website is accessible to entire person, they're having internet connectivity. If they know your address, your IP address or your destination address, your machine address, they can directly reach you by typing that address in the URL box or the address bar available in their browser. So definitely web page is focused on a theme. When you create your own web page, that also will be having a theme based on your information, and a website is a service or a provided by World Wide Web, and that World Wide Web is a service provided by internet. And creating a website and hosting it to internet, there is something called hosting, web hosting. That is, we are putting, when you create a web page or website that is residing in your computer and you want to make it available to the entire internet and the entire people they using internet, that process of providing access to entire person is called as web hosting. You are putting that into a web host server. You are making your website and you are putting it into a server, means you are providing services to some other clients over the internet, and information residing in available is in your computer or a server machine that is acting as a server computer or server for this kind of application. So when I want to share my information, I create a website, I host it into a hosting services. There are some hosting services or servers available. You need to pay some amount of money to buy a hosting service for a period of time. Actually, that is happening there. We will definitely go in depth in the last class or remaining classes. We'll be focusing. We will start with introduction to web, and this is nothing related to, it is related to internet, but it's not same as internet. It is only a subset of internet, we can say like that. World Wide Web or web, both are same. www web, World Wide Web, these are the terms used for the access space of websites. So people create, or industries create their own websites and host into web servers, and that is making it as available in internet to access web resources. And basically, when you create a web page, or a website, it's a collection of different web pages. Okay. Similarly, when you can say an example for that particular facebook.com, Facebook site. That site itself, we will be having many number of separate web pages. You can say it can be a timeline page, that is a single web page, and when you click on another button, that profile button or a profile link, another page will be appearing, and it's another web page. So a website is a collection of related web pages, we can say like that. And very simple example, when you create your personal website, you will start with creating your about information, and that can be a single web page, some HTML with some extension you are putting into that. That is your, and you'll definitely have a home page in which more information, many links will be there. So basically, a web page will be having many number of hyperlinks or links. In the last class, lab session, we created a link, multiple links, and all these links, the interconnection and the transferring from one page to another page is directed by this link, hyperlinks. So without hyperlinks, we cannot create a website. From one page to another page, how will you transfer your information? Using a particular, when you click on a link. So this can be seen in any websites, any site you search for, any service in web page you search for. There will be having multiple number of links. So starting page itself will be having many number of links, and when you navigate from one page, the home page, to the post page of your, the timeline page of Facebook, you want to click on a particular link. When you click on that link, that will be navigating or redirecting to another page. That is happening there. And the main page, when you start typing the address of the web page, website, facebook.com or google.com, etc., you will getting a interface. That interface is called the starting page or home page of the website. And a single web page can have hundreds of web pages. A single website can have multiple number of web pages, as already explained. So you are all familiar with this. You are already using many number of websites recently and day-to-day life, in our day-to-day life. So this is called, these examples are given below, the ISPs, LAN. So many schools and business are using internet with high-end capabilities, high communication speed and all. And also in home, also students like you, in this lockdown period, you are also using some mobile internet and or broadband internet for accessing the classes, accessing the resources for learning purpose and some other purpose, entertainment purpose, etc. So the accessing of internet is very much made simply using lot of software support available. And basically the intention is to create an access to ISP. These ISPs already explained. The ISPs are providing and given an image. This is the some of the ISPs available in India, Jio, Airtel, etc. These are all broadband or mobile SIM providers, and there are not limited to this. There are a lot of other service providers also available. They're providing services. Just giving an idea, just getting an idea is this image is enough, I think. So the internet access is limited to an organization or any restricted to an organization by some access providers. So for example, in our campus itself, when you search for internet, some machines will not give access to Google or YouTube or Facebook. And in our LAN, computer, our LAN, like that, many local area network will be having because of the safety requirements of their campus or the policies of their campus or organization. So because our organization is an educational organization, Amrita is a college, so they will not provide access to social media sites using their local area network connected machines. This is because that time, the period from 9 o'clock to 4 p.m. is the instruction hours. So that period, you only need to access your study related materials. You will be accessing Google and some other web materials are available. You can search to find out some resources in web, but you are not providing with Facebook or social media site. This is not the time. Based on that organization policies, the LAN local area network owner can manage the persons they are viewing or their access. They can limit their your access using some security measures. And in our campus itself, we are accessing internet based on some access providers. In our in Amravali campus, we are accessing internet with, I think there are 2 internet service providers. We are purchasing their license and their for a period of time, and this is called lease line of purchase for a 5-year period. Many organization is accessing internet by purchasing a period leased line connection, and this lease line connection is for a period of time, means it can be a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan, and they will buy that plan from any of the service providers available in their region. And I think in our campus is basically BSNL and Airtel are the ISP providers. They are providing internet connection, and they are providing a internet connection of 100 Mbps. 100 MB per second is altogether the entire connection speed, traffic speed is connection speed is broadband bandwidth is 100 Mbps bandwidth. Altogether, the traffic can be maximum up to 100 Mbps per second. You can transmit the information. All employees together can transmit this much information to internet. That is the bandwidth available. So based on the bandwidth and based on the network speed, etc., the plan varies. Similar to a home or a mobile service provider, we also have different plans. Like that, an industry as a local area network, they need to transfer information altogether for entire employees or entire organization people. They need to communicate to other world. So need a connection from that LAN or that network, that particular network to another network, all together, all worldwide. So that ISPs provide some type of ISP related type of internal services for a period of time, and these are called some leased period of time lease line. After 5 years, the service is leased, and you need to, if you want to connect again, you need to buy the license again, a new license or renew the license, like that. So there are like regional offices of BSNL, etc. Like that, we will be having regional internet companies. They provide routes and all other traffic related information. These are provided by internet service providers, and this is managed. They are providing the access or what are the protocols they are using, etc. All managed by them. We are not worried about this kind of protocols, rules, and regulations. We are just purchasing some license to access internet. Okay, they're just buying something. They are not bothered about the intricacies of that particular some internet connection and etc. So basically, if you want to connect to another part of the world, you definitely need the address of that particular region, destination. And definitely like that, a web page web or World Wide Web is following the same infrastructure. That World Wide Web is following the client server architecture. So in order to access the resources, you need to know the address of that server machine. That server machine is having the resource. The particular server machine, the resource address or resource location you need to specifically given to the at the time of searching itself. And this is called done by when you have a particular software called web browser in your computer. There are a lot of web browsers available nowadays. Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Opera Mini, etc. will be available. Netscape Navigator, like that, many number of softwares are available, and most of the time you are using Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, etc. And you are familiar with those things. You are using that client as a client. As your computer is called as a client computer, or your software available in your computer for accessing web is called as web browsers, and it can be any web browser you can use. The working principle is similar. If you are using anything based on your convenience, you can use any web browser, but the principle is same. You can type your URL. There is some resource locator or resource address locator that is called URL. You need to know the URL of the destination, and you need to type it on the browser's address bar. Basically, this is the major thing. You need to have access to web. So fundamentally, without internet connection, you cannot start connecting to internet and accessing web. So your computer or your device, that is computing device that you are using, will be definitely having internet connectivity. And the second thing is you need a web browser installed in your machine or device that you are using, and definitely you need to have an idea about how to search, how to put, where is the address bar, the search box, etc. You can use web browser and put the URL to the address bar or the URL bar available in the web browser. You're already aware of that. These terms like web browsers, internet service providers, these are the technical terms related to internet and World Wide Web. These are the tricky names you have to have an idea that all times you will be familiar with. Otherwise, you will be missing something. So web browsers and internet connection are very important requirement for accessing web. And web is, I also already told, web follows a structure. The hierarchy, the infrastructure of the web is client server architecture, client server model. Okay. So as real life example, we already having that idea in your mind. You search for some material. So for getting information about your assignments, last assignment, you can search in Google or Google Chrome and find out the resources. What happens is, as a information requirement, you need you are having some requirement, you search it in your browsers, and your web browser is acting as the client there. After searching, you will get some reply back using some responses back to your web browsers, and web browser will display the information available to you, the response from the server. So this is happening because this web client, web browser requests information, and the destination part will be a web server. That server will be having a lot of websites or a particular website in which the information to you is available, and you are connecting you as an intermediary step. Okay, interconnection is happening like you are transmitting that request to the destination part using that destination address. Assume that destination address is google.com. Okay, so the destination address URL will be google.com/your request, and you are transmitting that information. After some millisecond of time, you will get a response back from that destination address, and you are just viewing the screen. You are not viewing that communication. You are not aware of that communication happen. The request response mechanism happen. So you only aware of, you are clicking something, you are pressing something, you will get a response back. You are not worried or you are not aware of that what is happening in between the server and client, or you are not, you are thinking about a server machine at that time. You are not familiar with what is happening. Where is the server? You don't know the location, but definitely you need the URL or the IP address or this server machine address you require to reach there. If you are not you're not aware of that address of the machine, server machine or the resource location, you can search it in some search engines. There is another software called search engines. These search engines provided search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing, Ask.com, etc. are search engines. These are also some softwares. These will help you to get the particular addresses. Okay, the resource location address or resource IP address, etc. So if you are not aware of a particular resource location, actually, if there is no search engine, you cannot read this. But you can search in Google. If Google is a service, that service is provided by Google is the searching service, searching the address in which that particular data you are searching for internet. What is internet? You are searching in Google or a search engine. You will get, definitely you will get many number of links in bottom. So actually what is happening there is you are getting lot of links. That links are the addresses, the URLs. You are getting lot of address of the destination in which the information that you are searching can be available, and you are using the help of that. Yes. എന്തായിരുന്നല്ലോ മ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യടോ, അതിൽ സംസാരിക്കേണ്ട മ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് സംസാരിക്കും. ഹലോ, ആരാ സംസാരിക്കുന്നത്? റയാൻ, എന്താടോ ക്ലാസ്സിലടിക്കുന്ന സംസാരം? ഓക്കെ, എന്തായാലും സംസാരിക്കുകയൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് സംസാരിക്കാം. നിങ്ങൾ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ എന്നുള്ളത് പോലും നമുക്കറിയുന്നില്ല. നിങ്ങളിങ്ങനെ ഫോൺ ഓണാക്കി വെച്ചിട്ട് ബാക്കി കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുവാണ്. അത് ഈ സമയത്ത് ഇതേ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റത്തുള്ളൂ. പക്ഷേ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാം, റെക്കോർഡിങ്ങിലോട്ട് പോവാം. കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ ഇത്രയും എഫേർട്ടൊക്കെ ഇട്ട് പഠിപ്പിക്കുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ കുറച്ച് കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുക. കുറച്ച് 1 hour സമയം നമ്മൾ സ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട് ഒരു വീക്കിൽ ലൈവായിട്ട്. അതെങ്കിലും സീരിയസ് ആയിട്ട് എടുത്തില്ലെങ്കിൽ അത് വിൽ ബി നിങ്ങളുടെ തന്നെ പ്രശ്നമായി തീരും അവസാനം. എന്തെങ്കിലും ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ കറക്റ്റായിട്ട് ചോദിക്കുക. അങ്ങനെ പോയില്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തന്നെ ഓവർ ബർഡൻ ആവും. സീരിയസ്ലി ഐ ആം ടോക്കിംഗ്. അവസാനം നിമിഷം വന്നിട്ട് ഒന്നും അറിയത്തില്ല എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒന്നും പറയാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. ലൈഫ് സെഷൻ 1 hour ഉള്ളൂ, ഫോൺ ചാർജ് ഇല്ല, ഇൻ്റർനെറ്റ് ഇല്ല എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു ദിവസം 1 hour അതിനു വേണ്ടിയുള്ള റിസോഴ്സസ് നിങ്ങൾ മാറ്റി വെക്കുക, അങ്ങനെ പറയാൻ പറ്റും. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഐ ആം moving to this presentation. So this client server structure is the main architecture that is focusing on internet concept. So when you search, when you have a computer with internet connection and web browsers, or you can using that web browser, you can have search for a particular destination machines and reach to a particular website and find out your information directly. So in 2 ways of connecting to internet or web, World Wide Web is, one is using web browser and the address bar, in which you directly know the address of the service you are looking for. For example, you can directly give, when you want to access Facebook, you can directly give in the address bar of the web browser, facebook.com. That is the address of the Facebook server. Facebook.com is the address, www:// that this will be automatically generated. So basically you are giving a URL and you are having a set of things. Okay, I'm going. Okay, so So you will be having a lot of things in between, but you are not worried about that. This is done by this will be auto completed by your web browsers. So you will be having a address, destination address that is called as domain name actually, or it can be IP address, the address of the particular destination machine. If you are aware of that address, domain name or IP address, you can directly give it there in the address bar. Or if you are not aware of the particular website, you can search that in a search engine. Okay, I want to get login for, you can give some search information. You can search like Facebook site, official site of web, Facebook. You can search that in Google Chrome, Google or Yahoo or Ask or Bing. These are the search engines you can access. Any one of these search engine you can use. Okay, these search engine can be used and you can get the site's address or URL specific to that particular. And when you click on that bottom links, when you search for Facebook official site, this definitely at the next line itself, you will be getting the link to that particular Facebook official site, facebook.com link. When you click on that hyperlink, you will be redirecting to the original web server location, facebook.com. And these search engine help people to get the address of the requested service sites, basically. And these are the two different ways in which you can access internet, in web as a service, websites. Okay, one is directly using the destination address or domain name, and the second is you can, using the help of search engines, you can search and find out the required sites if you are not aware of the address. Okay, this is a major facility used by most of the people. So this is a client server architecture. When someone need to look into some information, you can use the internet connectivity, and your computer will be installed with some softwares called a specific application software, like web browsers are installed in your computer. You can open it that either Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or any other client can be used, and you can search using domain name or IP address or the destination address, or you can either use the search engines and you can provide the search query, required information type there, and just click. You will navigate to the destination part and you will be displayed to the information response available to your screen back to the browser screen itself. And how these websites are created is called the principle of web technologies. Using the help of different web technologies, you can create your own websites. And the fundamental thing you require is the basic thing, the structure, how to create the web page, first page. You need to start learning hypertext markup language or HTML. So this is the basic thing. A website can contain graphic information or text information, can have videos or any other graphic sort of things, multimedia animations can be added into a web page, and altogether it will be a information container, resource space. So these are all publicly available to the accessible people over the internet. So that is why hypertext markup language is that markup language is similar to, actually it is more related to a particular language, human readable language, but it is structured in a manner that it is formatted according to the general standard, accepted standard, to allow web browsers to read them. These web browsers are software supported in computers. So in order to read, human can read English or any other language, but a computer language, cannot read those kind of human languages because they need computer-based languages. That's why they are using the people are learning some languages like HTML or any other computer language. So HTML is a simple language. We can easily learn because so all related to tags and attributes. Just read or find mung up some language, different tags and formatting available. So to allow web browser software to read them, the text must be formatted according to generally accepted standard. These standards are called hypertext markups, and we are all these markups, hypertext markups, are provided available in a language, and altogether available in a standard language called hypertext. So we'll be having different tags, formatting tags, styling tags, etc. all together available in hypertext markup. After learning this language, hypertext language, markup language, we'll be familiar with all the tags and standards used to create a web page. And that interface, that web browser interface, will be created, okay, using hypertext markup language. The interface between you and the web, World Wide Web, is created using the language, hypertext language, and some other language, some other mechanisms also involved in the website creation. But as a starting stage, you are learning hypertext markup language, the standard used on web to create web pages is hypertext markup language. So basically, HTML uses codes or tags to tell browser. So user need to give information, instructions. That instructions are in terms of languages, user-based languages. That we learn languages as we need to instruct somebody else. Okay, you need to communicate to another person. If they both are having the same language, you can easily communicate. But if another person is not knowing your language, if you are not knowing Malayalam, you need a translator or a compiler or a translator. Like that, in our case, we can learn HTML easily, but computer also don't know HTML. Computer only knows some series of binary numbers. So there will be some translators there, but it is easy to have the translation rather than computer to manage with English language or human-based languages. It is easy to learn HTML for us, also for computers to convert it into machine language or zeros and ones or binaries. So this simple language structure of HTML makes it very much easy to create websites. As a learner, also you can also easily learn HTML if you are go through all different tags, and you can create a pretty formatted and good appearance website based on that. And with some advanced technologies like JavaScript and other database oriented things, you can definitely create your own website with full-fledged application. You can store information, you can save videos, etc. into your website. That can be possible if you are having the entire web technology idea. So basically, HTML will be having hypertext, means link, hyperlinks. Without links, you cannot navigate from one page to another page. You can reach from one page to another page. A website itself will be having multiple pages, and if you want to transfer from one page to another page, you definitely need a link to click on and navigate to. So hypertext, as the full form, hypertext means the links. The markup means the tags used. So link, tag, hypertext markup languages. Links and tags forms the language. That is hypertext markup language. The links and tags, there are a lot of links, there are a lot of tags available. If you learn these all, you will learning the HTML language. So you are already having an idea. We have done some labs using some basic formatting tags, bold tag, italics, etc. already used. So definitely a tag is a thing that is put into a curly brackets. Mainly there will be having a opening tag and a closing tag. By looking into this example, you will be having a bold tag, capital B, and it is enclosed. This is the starting tag, and this B, capital B, is enclosed in a opening bracket and curly brackets, and this is the starting tag. And if you want to bold this something, you want to start with this bold tag, and after that bold tag you have to give the content or information. You need to make it bold and put it inside that. Okay, in this case, after that the content is added, you can just place the closing tag. The closing tag is similar to your opening tag, but you need to place a forward slash in front of the capital B. Like that, you can create your HTML coding. This is the basic structure of the tag and content, but there is a root tag called HTML, and there are two sections, two area for a web page. That is called the head section and the body section. So you already familiar with that concept. So any web page will be looking like a head section and a body section. The head section covered the address bar and all those menu part, etc. And the body part is the entire region when we can modify. As a user, as a coder or a web developer, you can modify the content part. The content part is appearing in the body tag. Inside the body tags you can have. So altogether, when you say HTML, the HTML is the entire web page, or the look can be like the entire web browser look can be provided. And the web browser will be having the URL box, search box, and menus. These all compensate the head section of the HTML, and will be having the body section that covers the content part of the HTML. Okay. So definitely any opening tag, most of the tag, most all tags will be having an opening tag and closing tag. And in between you will provide, in between the opening tag and closing tag, you will provide information required to format. And some other tag are there, they don't need any opening tag, not opening tag. Opening tag is definitely needed, not need any closing tag. Some tags will be there. Those tags without we can give information without closing tags, and these are called as some examples are line break tag. BR will not have any, only one tag is enough. Okay, or opening tag or closing tag is enough in that cases. So basically most of the tag will be having like this bold, italic, all formatting tag will be having that opening tag and closing tag, and the formatting of required information can be placed in between, that can be modified into a particular format. Okay, that with that we can have a idea about hypertext markup language and World Wide Web, and going into some other details like the address, the destination address. What is the address of a destination web machine or web connected machine? See, nothing but a computer will be having a address is called as IP address. A machine connected to internet need to have a unique identification number in order to transmit information from one place to another. We need a unique address, like our home address. If our home address is unique, if somebody is sending a mail, okay, postal mail, you need to reach this destination, you need a unique address. Like that, if you want to send something, somebody want to send or somebody want to search something into a particular machine, that machine need to be unique. That server machine need to have a unique numbering. And in case, most of the case we are using, computers are using numbers for addressing, not like human beings. Human beings are using language representations and meaningful names, home name, location, pin code, etc. Altogether you are using, but computers using an address called IP address. Okay, and it is a it consists of 4 parts and is separated by dots. Okay, decimal. It is called a dotted decimal representation. This is the representation of the example is given here 106.29.242. And 17. This is the one example of an IP address, and every part can range from 0 to 255. The first part here is 102. Say another IP address, another machine can have an IP address, another unique IP address. Any part of this can be different. Can be a 105 instead of 106, can be a 105.29.42.17. Okay, a small difference means one difference in one digit means another machine address. Now this is called the IPv4 address, version for IP address. So the IP address is the address of a machine connected to internet, and it is used to uniquely identify the address. Main purpose of address is to uniquely identify the resource or the server machine or the computer connected to any computer. It cannot be internet. Your computer, your mobile phone, or your laptop connected to internet will be having a unique IP address every time. That at that time that IP will not be available to any other internet connected